Dear students, hello, I'm Ina Menning. I'm working for International Business Administration and I'm going to help you in this week that is about the double loop in designing a new service or prototype. I want to share a PowerPoint with you and tell a little about the information that is on the slides. Um, and of course, I'm not experienced in doing this online, so maybe sometimes you have to wait a little, but I do my best. Let's start with sharing the PowerPoint. One moment, please. I hope you can see it now. Um, it is about design a better business, of course. Hopefully, you saw the links on Blackboard uh, to the book and to the courses. I will come to that later. Um, we are going to produce a prototype by the end of next week. So that is quite quickly. It is okay though. It doesn't have to be perfect. That is basically the idea of prototypes. You prototype, you present it to the user, you get feedback and you improve. So your first prototype handed in by next Friday. And we are looking forward to that, but we are going to help you. In this presentation, I first give you some information about how we organize it, and then I tell you a little more about the design loop that you already see in the right margin of this presentation. What we are going to do in today is I give you some insight in the theory of designing and ideation, because that is what you have to do on Thursday or Friday or Monday. I give you some theory, and there is also some theory on Blackboard. And this afternoon at 12:15, you can go to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra and find your own class, log into that session, join that session, and your project coach will be there. The project coach that will be there for the rest of the module to guide you through this design double loop. And you split up in groups and discuss how can we question. That is what you are going to do this afternoon. I'm preparing you a little with this presentation and the how can we presentation that will be later on presented to you. Okay. The ideation sessions, as I said, are scheduled for everyone on a different time. All classes. It is quite difficult, I think, to organize it. We are going to do our best. You are with your class. We divide you in groups or of 3 startups, and all project coaches, that will be probably 6, are going to help all those groups to come up with a good new idea. And we will do that 5 times, and you only will do that one afternoon or one morning. We try to help you as much as possible there. The design journey, it is completely not linear. It is going everywhere and somewhere, sometimes nowhere, but in the end you come somewhere. What is the big difference with other research and other design? We don't do such don't do a lot of theoretical information gathering. We just try to, that is the big difference, find the users, the end users we need for our designs for a service or a product, and we ask them to join us in the design, in the prototyping. And that is what you don't do with the traditional research. You first gather all information, read a lot of literature, do your experiments, do surveys, etc., and then you come up with a plan. So this is quite fast that you already come up with a service or a product that you will show to your practitioners, as it says in this comparing slide. So that is basically what the big difference is with the predictive research. The practitioner is involved only by the end of the research, and here we do it immediately. It is an iterative process. It's certainly not linear. And we use the double loop as an instrument. What we are going to do, we have our point of view, then we try to understand and empathize as much as possible with the client, the user, the context, etc. Then we try to come up with a new plan. We make the plan, and we check whether we did a good job or not and how we can improve it. And that will bring us to prototype 2, etc. This is what we are going to do 3 times. So the first prototype you hand in by next Friday, and then 2 weeks later, and then in week 4.8. It works like that. Of course, you have to integrate all knowledge that you gained in week 1 from Erwin, his lectures about the 3 R's, the golden circle, circular economy, no waste, a little waste, think about everything. So Flooring a Business Canvas is quite leading. You could now think of the goal, of course. So how can I, and then formulate something. Of course, people are already involved, like for what kind of target group do you want to do something. So you already have tools that you can use from week 1, and also quite some information there, of course. So do understand that you have to integrate that information into this design. What is prototyping? Well, prototyping is design and ask potential users what they think of it, how you should improve it. This is an interesting one. Harley Davidson is designing an e-bike. Not on the market yet. Features are secret, but yeah, quite a nice thing. We are going to work on our starting point or point of view today. I'm going to tell you a little about that. And what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you that you have to make a start and prepare for your point of view because you need that this afternoon. This afternoon, you are going to work with your project coach and small groups to refine your how can we question. And yeah, you have to think about a nice problem statement or starting formulation. That point of view thing, you have to be rebellious. Think about everything you want to solve. It doesn't matter whether it is useful or not, or whatever. Is there a need or not? You know, think about something. Develop your vision based on everything that Erin told you in week 1. So what do you really want to attain with that design? And then you, of course, create design criteria like, okay, it should be circular, etc. Here is an example. I will come up with an example. The next step is understand, so empathize with your target group. And of course, that target group is in a certain environment, and that is always affecting what the customer wants. You know, for example, climate is already a factor, but there are lots of issues that are influencing the customer in his needs or her needs. So think about that, and think about added value. So again, in the circle, the golden circle, why are you going to design that? After that, we do the crazy stuff in techniques. That will be our challenge. We help you out with creative thinking techniques. I will tell you more about that later. We are going to use the random stimulation technique to find some very good ideas to solve your problem, hopefully. We do that, of course, in groups again, because you can't be that creative on your own. You have to have one idea as a stepping stone for the next idea and the next. So, sometimes that happens organically, but we are now going to make that happen in your ideation session. That will be a whole afternoon. We end up there with a COCD box. I can show you how it looks, and then it is quite clear how that is helpful in organizing and categorizing your ideas. After you pick one of the ideas, you come up with a prototype. Recall the why and the how and what, and of course it is not perfect. It is just a plan. It is your first prototype. There are still 2 to go. After that, you validate. So that will be after Friday next week, because first you hand in the prototype and then you go on with validating what you made, how to improve it, what were your mistakes, etc. The design journey is going on, so it is an ongoing process. We do it 3 times. Of course, sometimes you don't have new information. Of course, the loop is going faster when you did it already once, and even when you already did it twice, it's not. It is even faster, but still, this loop will stay there. I would like you to watch the presentation about the how can we question, because that is where what you have to do this afternoon. The preparation and the point of view are really key for the design. Sometimes you know that when you are going on holiday, preparation is okay, and here is the same. When you prepare before you go into the process, it is good. It is very helpful. It helps you throughout the whole module. So please do it. You can ask questions in the experts blog, but of course you can ask questions to your project coach this afternoon in the session where you formulate your how can we question. What will we do this afternoon? Per class, there is one project coach. You are online by 12:15, and we have smaller breakout groups of 3 startups probably. And you prepared all your ideas per startup, and you pick one and you build a how can we question there. That how can we question is quite an important one, but also you need some more action to be aware of what you exactly are going to do during the ideation session, and that will be done in the design criteria canvas, where I also will tell you a little about in that how can we presentation of approximately 8 minutes that is already on Blackboard. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand it. Good luck. Thank you for watching.